Stephen, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. We saw a unique thing on your arm, and then we saw you doing some sort of gesturing, and things were happening on your laptop. Talk to us about what you've got here, the Myo?
That's right. This is the Myo Gesture Control Armband. So the Myo is a new type of wearable device that actually picks up the muscle activity from the various muscles in your forearm and detects all the movements and gestures you make with your hands. Then it's wirelessly connected over Bluetooth to computers, mobile devices, all sorts of digital things around you. It lets you control them.
So like what kinds of control can you have?
So a really simple example here for the home user is actually using this with PowerPoint on your laptop. So you walk in the boardroom and you can actually present, throw the clicker away, hands-free. And so I'll show you what that looks like here. Okay. So PowerPoint, I can actually just tap my fingers here to advance the slides. And if I make a fist, I can actually turn on annotations. And so here you can see annotating the screen just by pointing at it. I can do things like zooming in as well. So if I zoom in here, you can see zooming in, all based on hand gestures, and as simple as waving your hand to go back a slide. So PowerPoint's one of the business use cases for it. At home, a lot of people use it as a mouse and keyboard when you're sitting on the couch. So you can imagine you've got your computer hooked up on AirPlay or plugged into your TV, you're sitting there browsing YouTube or Netflix or whatever you might do, and just like in Minority Report, you can point at the screen, reach out, click on things you see, like a virtual touchscreen from 10 feet away.
Now, are you able to type like on a keyboard? Have you got that technology yet?
We actually do, as a matter of fact. So you can type just like a keyboard. What we've done, we've built an on-screen keyboard based on motion. So you basically just move your hand pointing at the letters you want to type, and then it gets populated right on the screen in front of you.
And very accurately? Are you still kind of working on its ability to do it accurately, or you got it?
Highly, highly accurately. It's just like using a mouse, but again, it's from 10 feet away or 20 feet away. So very, very accurate. The third category of use cases that the home user is interested in is, we call it play. So that's connecting with things like drones, connected toys. So if you have, example, the Parrot AR drone, it's a drone that a lot of people have at home. You can actually point at it and fly it all with gestures. Just straight out of like sci-fi. But
yeah, eliminating the complicated controllers in some cases and just point and snap fingers and do that kind of thing.
And just a heck of a lot more fun too. Yeah. You can just point at this drone and fly it around.
And all from this device on your arm. It's on your forearm, and it's for those listening on the radio and haven't seen the video yet, intotomorrow.com, we'll have the video with Stephen. And what's happening here is it's just, you're saying, detecting muscle control and that sort of thing, and even knowing when you're squeezing your fingers together or turning your hand from this.
That's exactly right. So the armband itself's got 8 little pods on it. Each one of the pods is a sensor that's picking up the muscle activity on part of your forearm, and it's those muscles that are responsible for all of the movements of your hands and fingers. So we detect all those little tiny activations, a little tiny electrical signal from your muscles, and then we interpret it and say, that pattern corresponds to a fist, or you're waving your hand. And then it's just a Bluetooth device that's connected to your computer or your mobile device.
What do you see where do you see Myo going as gesture control armband into tomorrow? What are you not doing now that maybe you're working on or you can share with us from your labs in Canada?
The reason we first invented the technology 3 years ago was we were trying to figure out what would the mouse of the next evolution of the computer look like. So once we have some smart glasses or virtual reality headsets and we move away from the desktop computers of today, how do we interact with those? And so Myo was actually conceived as the mouse for wearable computers. And so we're working on a lot of stuff towards that direction and trying to change and figure out how people will interact with computers and devices in the future once we move away from today's form factors.
Yeah, because we think technology we've got now is cool, but we ain't seen nothing yet. Again, wait into tomorrow, and we're going to see these kinds of things really taking control, but yet we as humans still have control.
It's all about merging the real and digital worlds. So we think if you do this right, the technology almost blends seamlessly into everything you do. Myo's an example. I'm not holding any interface in my hands, I'm not pressing any buttons, but I can still just control the digital world. And so we're really interested in this whole idea of how do we bring the two together in new ways.
Is Myo available now?
It's available now from Myo.com and Amazon.com as well in the US.
And how much?
$199.
Wow, you've got all the answers and I love it. So for $200, you too can take control with this very cool gesture control armband.
That's exactly right. Maybe impress the folks when you walk in the boardroom next time. You can even wear it underneath your sleeve. A little trick up your sleeve.
Oh, I'm loving it. Very cool. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us because this is the kind of technology we love talking about.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Our pleasure. Myo, it's MYO.com for more information. And while you're at it, hit us up at intotomorrow.com. we'll have the link to Steve's site and everything else available for you, and all the other news from IFA in Berlin, Germany. I'm Dave Graveline on the Advanced Media Network.